So this was my tent site last night. Here's my bag finally packed up. It is 3 after 8. I'm the slow one this morning. Back's a little tight. But we stayed here at War Spur last night. It was a short hike. I think it might have been 13 miles. And Joe and I are going to do 18 today to Miday shelter. 18.1 or something. This is going to be a long day, but a couple big ups and a couple big downs, but we're gonna get there as we get views, and I think there is one major view on today's schedule. We'll share. All right. Okay. Joe and I have reached the road. We were actually going to camp down here last night, but the shelter had a privy and had a nice chair and stuff, so made it tough. But pretty little creek. And now we got 17 miles left. Good morning, day 62 here on the trail, and we started our day out with a almost 3,000 foot, no, 2,000 foot ascent, and that took over an hour and a half. So got a bit of a ridge walk here for a mile or so, and then back down, then another big up, another ridge walk, and a big down today before we get to Miday shelter, which is our target. Would be about 18.1 from where we stayed last night. Dealing with a little what I think is sciatic nerve pain in my right leg, and I think it's due to where the pack sits. I keep adjusting it, trying to make it work, take stress off it, and it gets better for a while, and then the pack resettles. So I'm gonna have to pay attention to that. I don't want that to take me off trail. It gives me a kind of a numb feeling down that right leg. Other than that, hour and a half straight uphill. It'll give you a wake-up call. I don't care who you are. So if we get any views, which we're supposed to get one later today, I'll share. All right. Okay, this is known as Kelly's Knob, and I don't know, I'm sure there's younger hikers that would jump that little, if I bring the camera over here, it is straight down about 30 feet, and I am not interested in that at all. But you can see the ridge we were on. I believe that's a ridge we were on yesterday. We hiked down off that ridge, and now we're on this side. So making good time. Knock on wood, the trail's not as rocky as it was, but it feels good to make a little time. All right. So Joe and I have gone 5.8 miles so far this morning. It is a little after 11. And we got to do 18 today. But we are stopping here for a snack break and a water filtration. So we're trying not to carry more than a liter. A lot of steep uphills. So this seems like as good a spot as any to take a break. There's my pack tipped over. All right. So we've hiked by the first shelter, and maybe I'll say mile and a half, maybe 2 miles. And for the first time in a long time, we're coming out to an open field to hike, which just feels freeing because we've been surrounded by brush on either side, sometimes brushing right up against our elbows as we go through. But that ridge over there in the background is for sure where we're going. And it's starting to sprinkle, but not enough where we're going to put our pack covers on. Beautiful open field. Nice to be out in the open for a little bit. And if there is a view, I'll share. Hope everybody's having a great day. Okay, as we came to the top of that hill, we came out to this beautiful view. You can see a little weather barn over there. And that is the ridge that we will end up on here in about 25 minutes. And you can see the trail here. And if you watch, it winds down, 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 and it goes right over there. But pretty cool. So this is definitely a different look to the trail for us. We've come down off that pasture. We're coming between what our normal homes on the trail, and we're down in a swampy area, and you can see the trail maintainers have built it up with old barn beams and stuff like that. Let's see if I can walk across these without tripping up here with the phone. Yeah, it's just cool to come out to something different. You know, we've been in the green tunnel all morning, and rocky and all sorts of other things to whine about as a hiker. But long and short of it is, it's just nice to come out to something different. We're heading up. There's some dark clouds up there. I'm not sure I like those, but the weatherman says it was only 15% chance for rain, and I'm hoping that it stays at 15. And crossing this little stream. Probably wouldn't use this little stream because it's close to the roadside and it comes through those pastures for water, and if I did, I'd have to treat it. Typically the mountain stuff we get just comes right out of the mountain, and we only have to filter. So all right, if we get a view, I will share. All right, Joe's got himself a let's see, English muffin, pepperoni and cheese sandwich, which he says that he'll never get the English muffins again because they're too dry. And I have a nice flatbread sandwich, chicken salad that my wife gave me with some mayo and some Tabasco. But this is our view for lunch today. Not our everyday view, but we're lucky enough to get it today. We're looking southeast right now, or southwest, excuse me. We're headed northeast, so that's a southwest view. We just came off the mountain over there on a nice kind of gentle down, over 1.5 miles. Came out to a beautiful open pasture, then came down, went across the road, and then hiked up to here. This is really only about 1/3 of the elevation that Joe and I have to do to get back to the top. If we get any other views, I'll share. Other than that, I'm going to finish lunch. I never taped a bit of that. So this building here on our maps is listed as abandoned farmhouse. And the fact that the forest is growing up around it and that it's made out of chinking logs and stuff, I would say that it was abandoned early 19th century. So anyways, pretty cool to see it still up. It means that the builder did a good job. But okay, we're walking up on a famous part of the AT. I believe this is called the Kiefer tree. Yep, Kiefer oak. And this is, by statement, the biggest oak tree on the AT. I'm trying to get back a bit so I could give you some perspective, but this tree is mammoth. I bet you it would take 8 to 10 people to go around the base of that tree. Give you some perspective. There's Joe coming up next to it. The tree's huge. But known as the Kiefer tree. Oldest and biggest oak tree on the trail, supposedly. So as we climb this mountain, we keep coming across these rock slides where the trail crosses. And just want to thank the trail maintainers for doing the work they've done, because you can see the mess they dealt with, and then how great they did with building a trail through it. You know, these are boulders. There's no machinery up here. People had to move these by hand, so I just want to say thanks. And I can see where those same trail maintainers took those same stones and they made these stairs, and well, these stairs seem to go up forever. It sure beats not having them. So again, thanks to the trail maintainers for all the great work. Trail's beautiful. I'm trying to remember what this is called. I want to say it's pig's ear, but in an emergency, it makes great teepee on the trail. It is very soft. I'll break off a piece. It's very soft, supple, and it'll work in a pinch. But I'm not taking any. Okay, Joe and I are about 4 miles from our destination, and we came out to this gorgeous view. I mean, gorgeous. So you can see the ridge across the way. Just how beautiful are the colors on that. The ridges in the background. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. All right, we've still got about 4 miles to our evening destination, and this is what the trail looks like, side of the mountain, stones. So we got to, well, this is beautiful to look at. That's my trail. Down there's where I got to get up onto that. I'd love to come stare at this all the time, but this is getting dangerous. All right. So I guess this sign represents the Eastern Continental Divide, which says there's 1,920 miles to the Gulf of Mexico and 405 miles to the Atlantic Ocean. So, Continental Divide. Who knew? All right. So I'm probably 15 minutes from the shelter, and I've hiked down over around 2,000 feet. But I'm getting a little different view of that valley that we were looking at from the cliffs up above, and it's just as beautiful down here as it was up there. Pretty tired, out of water, feet hurt, ready for a break.